Okay, are you all there? Can you hear me? We're doing just a little quick, short video, energies, current events. May 3rd, 2023. What do we got going on? It's going to start off with Venus. Venus. Money, values, sensitivities. Sensitivities. Body, touch, sensuality, smells, taste, touch. That's Venus. She likes good things, good food. Venus likes to be taken care of. She's in Gemini. This is all about business and trade, right? The stock market. She likes to go shopping. Venus likes fine things. She likes to talk about it, and she's probably going to want to be with friends because it's Gemini. It's social. It's going to be making short trips. So you're going to the local stores in your neighborhood. You could walk there. You could even take a quick Uber, drive your car. Venus. She's social, very social. 25, 46 seriously is at, that's 26 degrees. And she stays here. Like yesterday, she was at 24, right? So about a degree a day, a little bit less than that in her speed. But why am I pointing this out? What's the deal? We're going to look at what's next. Neptune, right? Neptune, still in Pisces, going to be there for a while more, goes really slow. But Pisces is a mutable sign, and Gemini is a mutable sign. So that means that these two are squaring, right? And it's Neptune and Venus, and they actually get along. They're kind of like buddies. They do well together, but it is nonetheless still a square. And then we're going to look over here at Ceres. It's an immutable sign, Virgo. Okay, so 2350, it's going backwards, but it is still in a T-square with Venus and Neptune, right? Draw that line across there. It's that T-square energy. And the T is Venus, Neptune, sorry for the whiplash, and Ceres. Ceres is your food. Ceres is how you're nurtured. So if it's in Virgo, it's doing it in a very practical way. You're going to be making food for somebody, making sure that they have what they need. Forks, knives, clean dishes, right? It's going to be, Virgo's all about making sure things are clean. And cleaning will somehow feel like we are taking care of ourselves and taking care of another because Virgo likes to serve. And it's going to be in a practical, tangible way. It's a domestic vibration. So the mundane things that nobody talks about too often, like, oh, wow, you should see them clean dishes. They're so good. No, we don't normally hear that, right? But it's Virgo. And it's also pets, taking care of our pets, making sure they have good food and grooming. Absolutely grooming. So you may find that you are cleaning more than usual, or possibly even grooming and cleaning yourself more than usual. Just depends on where in your chart that Ceres energy is. And then the Neptune can be people in politics. It can be movies. It can be fantasy. It can be sci-fi. It can be dreamy, reading books, watching movies and TV. It's a chance to escape is what Neptune gives us. Some can use substances to escape, but remember it's a T-square energy. Yep, T-square with Venus. Okay, so that can be tricky because Venus is all about desires. Can't even lie about that. If I can find her again, there she is. It's all about desires, my values, right? She likes sweets. So think about the connection. I was talking to somebody the other day and I knew this, but because it's not a thing for me, I didn't understand it. And they were saying, if I stay off of the sugar, if I stay away from the sweets, I tend to stay away from the alcohol. And I said, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. I mean, I've heard people say that people who have a thing with alcohol and drinking, that sometimes you'll see that for their food choices, many times it's it's sweets, because those sweets, I guess, convert into sugar alcohols in the body, right? And so that's Venus. Venus loves her sweets. And how many times have we talked about Venus, the higher octave of Venus being Neptune? So that is just to give an explanation of some of the probably not so fun energies, or the maybe some challenges that you may experience in your life. Okay. And so because it's opposing food right now, that could be a thing for some folks. And then again, for some of you, you might be like, no, this isn't a thing. It's all. But what I do also want to point out is that Venus is in Gemini, and I know I said that already, but stick with me. Mercury is in Taurus. So what this gives us is what we would call a mutual reception, meaning these two always talk anyway, Venus and Mercury. That's why they have such unbelievably great mutual receptivity to communicate and talk and relate with each other, because they usually travel close. You're never going to see them more than X amount of degrees away from each other. But it's really special at this time. Can you tell why it's really special? Why would their ability to communicate and to share information, and for it to be better than usual, as opposed to, let's pretend like they'd be over here. What if we had like Mercury in Aquarius and Venus in Neptune, right? And that sort of communication. They would still be talking, but why would this line of communication be better right now? Because take a look at the signs that they're in. Oh, that was a cattail. We're doing things a little bit different today. That's Zoe making an appearance, just so you know. So yeah, why would Mercury in Taurus and Venus in Gemini be more receptive than usual? So I would definitely call this that mutual receptivity right now, and on a good level, in a good way, right? Other than the fact that Mercury's doing a retrograde, right? We know that. And so sometimes that can absolutely throw, right, see that? A kink. That's exactly what can happen. Because sometimes Mercury moves fast. And so if it's about things that are important to you, or people, or your values, money, banking, whatever, the earth, there might be this need, and this, Mercury moving fast may be like, okay, I got to say something about this. I got to talk about this. I got to raise a red flag, or I got to do something. I got to share. I got to press that send button. I got to send that text. I got to make that phone call, because this needs to be addressed ASAP. But remember, with Mercury, we got to slow down. We got to breathe. We got to say, okay, let's wait a few more minutes and see what's going on here. Let this play out a little bit longer, unless somebody's like in danger right now, right? Because sometimes what you see, Mercury's moving so fast and it's a retrograde, we know that we normally don't have all the information. That's just the thing. We're normally not going to have all the details. Okay. And I also wanted to do this video to see the little heads up there. The sun is at 13, going to be at 14 tomorrow, then 15, then 16, right. So we're getting closer to Friday, the eclipse, and then we'll have the sun and Uranus at a closer degree. And if you haven't watched the eclipse series, there's a fresh video came out, I think 2 days ago. Take a look at it. And it's about the Scorpio full moon eclipse this Friday.